There was a girl I went to. I was in basic training with. She was in my platoon, my basic training platoon. She was in my advanced individual training AIT phase 1 and 2, and I bring that up because she talks just like the boss in this. She has that thick accent. She's from either North Carolina or South Carolina. She's from Mount Pickle or Mount Olive, where they make Mount Olive pickles. She's from there. And she talks almost exactly like her. I just think of her every time I hear that character talk. Oh, does it? Okay, that's good to know. I mean, yeah. I mean, emulation can't be perfect, but what I do like, one thing you can say about this game is that it has a story like beyond Sly Cooper's and you know, beyond the gang's intentions. The bad guys have a story of their own that they're trying to accomplish if you pay attention well enough. They have their own individual motivations, and then they're working together as a crime syndicate too. That's one thing I enjoy about this game. Okay. Thus far, it's a solid 9. Thus far. Shit. Ooh, is that a chest? I almost missed it. It is. Hopefully. There's nothing I don't like about it, but the question is am I going to, would an average player go through and complete the game, like 100% it? Maybe. Then you have to ask the question, does that contribute to the post game? And if it doesn't, then you have to ask yourself the question, is it replayable? Is it a replayable game that you're going to replay within 1 year? Because that separates good games from great games. It really does. Actually, let me rephrase that. That's, man, how can I put that? That's going to be difficult. That separates great games from amazing games. If you can beat it and want to restart it right away, or if there's the quality of the content that's in it makes you want to 100% it. Let's see here. So you misread the grading system. Hold on, let me show you really quick. Let me show you really quick, because I don't think you got to see the full thing last time. Let me show you, just so we're on the same page and everybody's on the same page. So we have graphics. Let's just say this is the actual review. It's not, I'm not saying it is, but let's just say this is the review. Music so far is a 1. Polish so far is a 1. Story is a 1. Effectiveness and engagement of the gameplay is a 1, because they keep changing stuff throughout the levels. We'll talk about replayability in a little bit, or let's say replayability is a 1. Length is a 1. Environments is a 1. The entire package, meaning everything together. You could have a perfect game almost. You could have what's a good game that usually if 2 or 3 categories above the entire package fails, the entire package gets an automatic 0. Typically that's what happens. But usually if most things in here is good, it'll get a 1. So that means all 10 categories have a 1, so that would be a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I think you missed one line the last time we were going over this. But yeah, you have graphics, which is 1. How is it possible to get a 9 then? Usually it's replayability / post game. What I'm saying is some games they they're not really enjoyable on a second playthrough within a year. If I think I or another player will want to replay the game within a year, or if the post game is good enough. If the post game is good and you want to go do all the extra things, that a game can offer. If you think it's enjoyable, then you know it'll get a 1. Like say Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's a good example of that. If you don't do everything, you can beat the game and then still go and do all the things. Skyrim's a great example because you can beat the main game. You can complete Skyrim. You can beat Skyrim and then go and do the Companions Guild. You can go do the Thieves Guild, the Dark Brotherhood. Just because you beat the main story does not mean the game is necessarily over. Lots of people would play this again. I spammed this game all the time as a kid. Speedrunners keep playing it again. Okay, speedrunners are a different category. They're a different category altogether. So like, I don't even consider speedrunners. Like, they're a whole nother category. Lots of people replay this within a year, or right back to back. I don't know. I don't know if they would. And then as a kid, like when I was a kid, you know, we couldn't afford many video games, so I played whatever I had. You know, so that, you know, like to me, that argument is almost moot in a way. That's, you know, that's how I see it, at least. Because I think of games like, you look at Fallouts, you look at Skyrim, you look at Breath of the Wild. Mainly your RPGs will have the replayability post-game. No, not necessarily. There could be things in here that change my mind. That's for sure, because I was going into Jak 3. I went into Jak 3 assuming it was a 9 out of 10. I really did. I went into Jak 3 thinking it was a 9 out of 10 right away. And then as I played it, and remembered things that like I really don't like now, and then I changed my mind about it. So it can definitely change at any moment. It can change whether I can't judge it on bugs or crashes, mainly because it's an emulation, so I don't have that option really, but it can definitely present something that can make it not so great or as good as I remember, because I'm trying not to play it with rose tinted glasses, if that makes sense. Pretty much the review system also exists to like, even if I give a game a 6 out of 10 today, I try to base things off of like how good they were back in the day. But even if it gets like if it gets a 5 out of 10 today, like, that's a 5 out of 10 20 years after the game has came out. How good was it back then, you know? Like today, I would give Skyrim a probably a 6, 7, maybe an 8 out of 10, maybe. I don't know, like I haven't sat down to think about that. But at the time it came out, I would have gave it a 10. You know, it's kind of weird. It's just hard to, I don't know, it's hard to elaborate when I just need to sit down. I do need to think about it, but it can change, is what I'm saying. It can definitely. I could go into this thinking it's a 0 out of 10, and then bam, it impresses me. You know, I can go in with any assumptions, or I could go into a brand new game, or a game that's, you know, built for like say PC, thinking it's a 10 out of 10. And then it crashes on me because it still has bugs that need to be fixed, you know? Fuck. Because I also look at am I going to swim back up? Thank you. I also think about it in the context of people have to spend money on these to play them. Not these ones I'm playing right now, but like when I start streaming newer games, I do the reviews. Like that's going to be a big consideration of like what the rating gets, because the newer we get, or like if I can pull up the page on Steam and I don't have to emulate it, like I can get it legitimately without stealing it, which these are all legit copies, I promise. If I can get it in a legit way, then it's under more scrutiny because they're charging money for the product today, as opposed to this was charging money 20 years ago. I mean, I may be wrong in that line of thinking, but that's how I feel. Like, I didn't review Unguard, but I gave it a 6 out of 10. Like it was a competent game, but it's not that impressive. Okay, where do we need to go from here? Not in there, because that's cursed or whatever. Oh, we go on the rope up here and jump on that. There we go. What does Little Big Planet get? So here's the thing about Little Big Planet is that when it came out, it did have the option for communities or people within the community to make. I haven't reviewed it, by the way. I have not reviewed it yet. If I ever play it on stream, I will give it a review. But it will get a one of the post. Well, I don't know now, because one of my principles with gaming is that, like, a standard that I like to hold is like I treat games. It's hard to nowadays. We were just talking about it, you and I, that because of the internet, game developers get away with a lot of things. Like, you know, like people look up stuff, but the developers can release day one patches. I like to pretend we live in a world where not everybody has internet, because not everybody has drinking water. So, you know, let alone a video game console. But my point is like not everybody can download an update to their computer or their console of choice day one. And I say that because that relies on online capabilities, and Little Big Planet's post game relies on online capabilities as well. And so I don't know how I can judge that fairly if I, on one hand, say I like to look at games as if somebody who just bought it doesn't have internet, and then simultaneously know that the game relies on internet for its post-game content. It's a very weird situation that I've kind of put myself into a corner on, but it's definitely something I'll probably have to really think about, because that's like Little Big Planet would score the point on replayability because of the online post-game. You know, if people want to complete it, that's on them, really. If people want to go through and complete it, you know, they can, you know. I don't think the collectibles are all that interesting in Little Big Planet. I really don't. You know, they're kind of generic, you know, but, you know, people, the whole point is people make their own stuff. That's the whole point of the game, is people make their own stuff and put it online. And, the post game comes from levels, online levels. I just don't know how I would grade that. I really don't, because the base game itself doesn't really have replayability. It really doesn't. Like, once you've experienced the main game, you have no reason to go back and play through it again within a year. You don't. Like, you're only getting like all the other stuff you've missed. Whereas you look at, oh, come on. Whereas where it relies on its online play for its post game to, you know, keep it alive. You know, I just don't know how to grade that, because, like I said, like I try to treat games as if the person who bought it, their internet's out for that day, and if there's a game-breaking bug that exists on day one, you know, I try to think of like, what if that person just spent 60 of their hard-earned dollars that they earned working a shitty minimum wage job? What happens when they just spent all that money on a video game that they just want to relax to after a hard day's work, and they can't play it because of a game-breaking bug? To me, that's a thing that I consider, but that requires online connectivity, but so does Little Big Planet's post game. It's like, it's very like, it conflicts with each other. It so easily conflicts with each other, and I don't know what the answer is. I'll have to think about it. I'll definitely have to think about it. I just don't know what the answer is. But mechanics wise for or, you know, engagement of the mechanics and the story, pretty solid. You know, I'll probably give those a 1. I have to replay it to remember the story. Oh, never mind. I remember the story. It's like some king who's trying to steal everything. I think, unless that's the second one where there's like a dude trying to steal everything. Or is that the concept of the first two? I forgot what the third one was. The third one was not memorable. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember anything about the third one. But I know the first one, like, stuff was getting stolen, and so was the second one. Fuck, that's a, you really had to ask me a tough question. Damn, I don't know. I really don't know. But I remember when it came out, I liked how it looked right away. It was a beautiful game when it came out. Oh, is that the next area? Yeah, that's the next area before I can get past the poison wall. Let's see, but it either does have a post game or it doesn't have a post game, and that requires internet. That's really it. I don't know. I just don't know. What did he do? Did he do anything? Oh, he broke down the gate. Never mind, I'm dumb. It's right in front of me. I don't see it.
Looks like this is some kind of giant voodoo egg beater to stir up that unsanitary mess.
If I can unlock the cauldron's lid, I might be able to thrash their production and build up enough steam pressure to get launched up to Ruby's Skull Temple.
Okay, sounds like we've got a plan. To get around that thing, try moving in the shadows made by the masks so that the
I think,
guards
yeah,
won't see
there's
you.
that purple thing. I'm not meaning to skip it, but I don't think I can go through it, can I? I don't think I can go through that. Yeah, I can't go through that unless there's a way to... Oh, wait, maybe I need to destroy this dude. This thing, maybe? No? Oh, and this. What the... Okay, hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. There we go. Okay. Oh, come on. Why'd you make me go backwards like that? Yeah, I know that purple wall thing. That's probably just an unlock, a simple unlock.
Sly, the only way to open up that voodoo gate is by lighting all 25 tiki torches with the flamethrower on your swamp skiff. Use the left analog stick to steer and press the X button to fire the flamethrower. Oh, and one more thing. You need fuel from the flamethrower, and the only source of oil are those piranha you see swimming around. Run them down with a boat. One fish fuels one shot. Hurry, you only have 2 minutes to get all the torches.
2 minutes? Oh, I gotta run over. Oh, no. Oh, I just wasted a shot. Oh my God. Okay. Come on. Oh, and they're all over here. Why do they get to swim so far away? Oh my God. Why 2 minutes, Bentley? Why the 2 minute time limit? That sounds like pretty arbitrary to me. Come on. There's one. The trick is like to get. You really gotta get piranhas just happenstance almost. Okay, there's 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this one probably a few times. Come on. Ah, come on. All I need is 5 more per, well. The camera's backwards too, I'm not used to it. Two more. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, where's the last? First try. Ooh, boy. Oh my God. Oh man, that was close. That was close. Oh man, I'm actually relieved on that one because I knew like if I had to do it again, it was going to be rough. I guess the thing is like when I get frustrated, I do worse at things. Okay. Don't really have much control when you roll, huh? I guess it's just for speed. Okay. I'm sure a speedrunner could have done that in like a minute flat. Like every time I do good at something, like the thought in my head, a thought pops up in the back of my head, like, oh, a speedrunner. He would have already been done. The game would have been done. In fact, like, you know, what are you doing? You're still in like Act 3. Really? They just jump over the gate? How? That's kind. I mean, as funny as it is, I'd be pissed if I was a game dev and I saw that happen. I mean, I know the game devs are pretty jovial about, you know, their games being broken in half pretty much. Did I use the word jovial right there? I don't think I did. They're pretty jolly when they see their games get broken in half. But yeah, speedrunners are a whole nother category of people. I can play like one game. Well, I mean, I'd say I can't play one game over and over again, but I play Heroes of the Storm almost every day. That's like the only Blizzard game I play now. Once they shut the servers down on that after, oh, really? Once they shut the servers down on Heroes of the Storm, I won't have any other Blizzard games. That'll be it. Because I quit playing Hearthstone about a year ago now. And then, I stopped playing WoW. I tried to give Shadowlands a shot. It was before Dragonflight released, and I just can't do it. It's just not. It doesn't fulfill the power fantasy like of RPGs. Like, you being max level doesn't mean shit. Like, you're still casting the same basic ass spells as you do in like you do when you're level 12. They just do more numbers. That's it. That's all that changes in WoW is the numbers. It doesn't matter. Okay. This music's good. I like it. It's just kind of daunting. Well, I guess I have to aggro him, huh? That sucks. Yeah, that definitely sucks. Ah, come on. Really? How are you supposed to get around that? Was there a way to get above him? Probably. And I just didn't see it. I like to imagine they hire a game tester and they did what the world record guy did. How would the devs react? I think you climb things to land behind him. Yeah, I think I do climb things above him. Yeah. There was a guy, he was like my grandma has this next door neighbor, and